So High Impact is based on the Wirral in Bromberry. We've been going for about 12-13 years now in different forms. It came out of teaching, so a lot of us were teachers to start with, and then primarily we worked in education just to start with, and then from that it evolved into looking after schools and tech support and the internet and all sorts of things. And in the last few years, really exciting developments in the world of media, as we've started to have a media offering not just to schools but also to some big companies, global multinational companies that are using our media services too. So very exciting, 36 staff now, and yeah, really exciting. So our education department is made up of teachers who are all experienced, wonderful, creative teachers who love going into schools and working with teachers and children to explore how they can use technology better to enrich and enhance teaching and learning. And that could be anything from some free software like Google Earth right the way up to 3D printers and virtual reality and all sorts of wonderful gadgets and gizmos. But it's all about enriching the teaching and learning experience for the children and for the teacher as well. The other side of the business is our media offering, which is relatively new but has always been at the heart of High Impact. We used to just work in schools with our media offering, but now that has evolved into working in businesses as well, and they do all sorts of fabulous things, from promotional videos and websites right the way through to 3D tours all over the world of some of the most amazing properties and luxurious spaces and yachts and fabulous places. Well, innovation's at the heart of everything that we do. We're always trying to be innovative. Sometimes that is with the latest, wowiest kit that's out there. Other times it's just about how you use kit and how you use technology and platforms and websites and all sorts of things to be innovative. And that's something that we're really passionate about. We like to think of ourselves as very innovative people. Educate obviously came from our time as teachers and the work that we do in education, but that has evolved as well. We look at education in lots of different circles. So we look at training, we look at how we can work with some of our clients like Royal Mail or Tommy Hilfiger, and we work with them to look at how our approach can train their staff, whether that's sales staff or whether it's retail or however they want to use us. But education can take a lot of different forms in the work that we do. And motivate, it's always been about, again, possibly from in the schools when we were trying to motivate people to want to learn, to want to work, to want to aspire and succeed and be ambitious. So we really did want to motivate. But again, that's evolved into our other media work as well, and it just kind of fits really. The tagline, innovate, educate, motivate, was from when we were in education, but now it just fits everything that we do really. So I was a teacher. I started off teaching at the age of 22. I left university with a BA, Chester University, and got my dream job at Liscard Primary School. I had a wonderful head teacher, Don Williamson, and I thoroughly enjoyed teaching for 10 years at Liscard Primary. One of those years I was involved in a teacher exchange program to Canada, where I really started to explore using technology in the classroom. When I came back from Canada, I did that for a few years at Liscard and then started working at Discovery City Learning Centre, which was one of Wirral's CLCs, which offered really high-end technology to the over 100 schools on the Wirral. From that I met some other wonderful teachers and some really innovative technicians and people who shared the same vision as myself for using technology in the classroom, and High Impact was born. People who really wanted to do exciting things in the classroom using technology to enrich and enhance teaching and learning. So it came out of that journey, and never really expected I'd be where I am today. Always thought I'd be a classroom teacher, then a deputy head, and then a head teacher. And now I'm not so much in the classroom, although I always like to think that when I was in the classroom I was able to do good things with 30 children, and last year at High Impact we stopped counting at 30,000 children that we'd worked with around the UK. So each year we are making an impact in lots of children's lives. When I started High Impact, there was support for us starting out, and I think there is still support for startups in one form or another, perhaps not as much as there was back then over 10 years ago. But I would say now that there needs to be attention given to businesses that are where we are growing, where we do need some support, not support in writing a business plan and how to get started and how to fill in a tax return, but how you can go through that growth strategy a little bit smoother than it would otherwise be. I think there could be funding for that, there could be mentoring programs. We look to people like the World Chamber of Commerce who've helped us enormously as we've tried to grow. And there are other things that we've been able to access, growth funds and things in the past. But I think at this point where, we've got over 30 staff, we've got quite a big turnover now, and we could be employing lots more people, we could be creating a lot more revenue, especially in this area. And we've had to try and find our feet in that environment, and a bit more support would be nice, and I think that would be good for lots of companies who are at this point. At the moment, where we are now, I don't know when people will be watching this video, but where we are now, it's just uncertainty. There's so much that's unexplained. There's so much uncertainty. People just don't know. And every day in the news we hear something new, something else that we didn't think about. And I think at the moment we just need some clarity. And that seems to be a long way off. Personally, I want it to remain, and I wish we had. And perhaps there's some fingers crossed that we still could. So when I'm not in work, I do a lot of work with Haswell Roundtable, which is a charity that does great stuff around the world. We do the Santa sleigh around the area where we go from door to door with Santa on the sleigh, and we organise the fireworks at Tranmere Rovers. And it sounds like I do really good work for charity, which it is, but I just love it because I'm hanging out with a great bunch of people, and we do lots of other things as well. We go on walking weekends and we go on beer festivals and all sorts of great things. So I do enjoy my time in Haswell Roundtable. I've been a member for a few years now. And personally, recently I've discovered scuba diving, and I've had the privilege of scuba diving all over the world, from the Great Barrier Reef, where I went in 2018, to Malta and Greece and Italy, and some of the wonderful sights that can be seen underwater. And as a lover of photography as well, it's just been a whole new eye-opener for me. So I'm really enjoying scuba diving at the moment. As a student, I worked for 4 years in a pizza restaurant in Chester and learned to make really, really good pizza. Good dough is the key, and fresh toppings and fresh meats and vegetables, so I make a really, really good pizza. So I would say that's a pretty good talent. My wife would agree. Relaxing away from the office, I have a fabulous dog, and I love to take him for walks. We go for lovely long walks along the river with him, and that's great. And I also, in the last 18 months or so, have been learning how to play the drums. And because I'm so bad at it, it takes an awful lot of concentration, and I can't think of anything else when I'm drumming. So it's one of the few times in my life that I can switch off from work and not have to think about anything else, because I'm so busy wondering what on earth my hands and feet are doing. So that does relax me. In education, there's a lot of talk about the skills needed around technology. A lot of people talking about coding and programming, and that is obviously very important. I would say that some of the work that we've been doing with the Young Chamber of Commerce has been absolutely key. We've been working with some of the secondary schools on the Wirral, and that's been brilliant. Looking at careers, looking at different avenues to work, and yeah, some of the STEM things, the science, technology, the engineering, the maths that we get involved with is going to be really key to these young people. I would also want them to be better users of the internet and the data and the information that's out there. I want them to be very critical users of what's there. There's so much data, there's so much fake news that we hear about all the time, but there's so much information that I think being a critical user, always asking why, is very important, not just in technology but in life. one of the things that we always do is just get involved in everything. We always have done. If an opportunity presents itself, we say yes and jump in with both feet. And we've got involved in so many big projects, from local things like the really good work that we've done with the Chamber and with the Young Chamber and supporting that, right the way through to the work we're doing all over the world with big clients like Tommy Hilfiger or Corinthia Hotels. And we just get involved. We just bring the technologies, the right approach, the right styles of learning and teaching and training, and we just thoroughly get involved. And we like to get involved with everybody who wants to work with us, really. It's just the way we are. We don't like to sit still. We would be absolutely delighted to hear from people watching this video who would like to get involved with us, whether that's our media offering, which could be 3D tours or training tools or promotional videos. We'd love to hear about your projects and what you're doing. And if it's education or training, then we're very, very proud to be one of the leading providers of that in the UK. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you, so get in touch through the website or give us a ring, come down, have a coffee here at High Impact in Bromborough, or we can come out to you and see the exciting things that you're doing. At High Impact, we're really proud to be from the Wirral. A lot of our staff are from the Wirral or Liverpool or Chester and that area and in North Wales, but we're really proud that everybody comes to work every day here on the Wirral. We like to think of ourselves as a local business. At the same time, we're really proud that people from all over the UK and abroad want us to work with them.